Hey guys.
We're just talking about sweet deals for
love
public
the
transportation.
MTA.
Yeah.
We're back.
Oh my gosh, how's everyone doing? I'm Colorado. We're mixing it up. I'm starting first.
I'm Boston.
Bayside.
And this is the Unknown Show.
We bring you indie music every Wednesday night at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to that cohesion, one after the other. That
Wow.
was beautiful.
Wow. Like
So
a round.
the last 3 songs you listened to were Your Shirt by Chelsea Cutler, So Soldier by Number One Dads and Ainsley Willis, and Fingertips by Vera Blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And this segment we're gonna talk about
Wait. I have a really good segue.
Go for it. I want to hear it.
Okay, because you said something about what
This is
blue?
going really well.
Vera Blue.
Vera Blue. You know what's also blue? The Beast jacket in the ball scene.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yes.
It happened.
You know,
Yeah.
I was like, what's blue in Beauty and the Beast?
Blue was the first word I
Belle's
thought of,
dress.
Yeah.
too. That also would have worked.
Well, that's true at the beginning.
you know what
But, like,
didn't
you
leave
think-
people blue? Seeing Beauty
There
and
we
the
go.
Beast.
All right.
So if you don't
Sorry,
know
guys.
already.
No, it was good.
If you don't know already, we are talking about Beauty and the Beast this segment. The movie came out last Friday or Thursday night at midnight, depending on where you were in the country or the world. And it was amazing. If you haven't seen it, you're making a mistake.
Right.
You need to watch it immediately.
An active mistake.
An active mistake. Until you see it, you're in the wrong.
Mm.
So the movie starred Emma Watson,
Mm-hmm.
who of course is famous for playing the Hermione Granger from Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
It starred Luke Evans, Josh Gad,
Mm.
and Dan Stevens.
Mm.
Yeah. So Dan Stevens
many
played
more.
the Beast. Luke Evans played Gaston, and Josh Gad was LeFou, who you also may know as Olaf from Frozen, and several other movies that people just tend to not mention.
He
But
was in
that's
Modern
fine.
Family.
Yeah. He
Exactly.
was in Book of Mormon, the original cast.
Yep. So a very, very talented cast, and most of it was done through voiceovers for the animated parts, which obviously would be most of it that has to do with the castle and everything like that. So it's really interesting to see how they put it together, and it's surprising at the end because you kind of recognize who voices everyone. And there's some pretty big names, so I would check that out. Check your IMDb page, or better yet, just go see the movie.
And then be pleasantly surprised at the end.
So the music was brilliant. Emma Watson was fantastic, and everyone on the cast had beautiful voices. They added 2 new songs to the movie. One which, actually, you know what? Go see it. I'm not going to tell you.
And
You're just going to have to watch it.
I think the new songs, and I may be wrong, I don't know, but I think the new songs that are in this movie are from the original Broadway show.
Yes, they're from the Broadway show. They're not from the movie that you may know as a kid, or
Because
the
yeah,
other adaptions.
I know that like this remake, they added the wardrobe character voiced by Audra McDonald. That was not in the original movie at all.
That was in the movie.
The
I thought.
wardrobe?
Wasn't she? Or was it a dresser?
No, I don't think it was, because I remember like seeing news and stuff that said like we added or maybe it was the piano. There was some additional.
It was the piano, yeah. But
character.
Audra McDonald did an amazing job.
Yeah, for sure. Another Broadway star. Woo! But anyway, they added a couple like different characters specific towards this movie. And so I know with the songs though that they, which I love it when they do that. Hairspray Live did that recently too, where they included songs from the original Broadway show that the movie in 2007 didn't include. So it's kind of fun to like hear something new, but then also with the songs that you know so well, it was cool to like when you could see the setup for the number, like, and I remember just being like, I wonder how they're going to do this one. And then they do it. And then the next one you'd be like, oh my gosh, this one's going to be great too and stuff. So it's good feelings all around for sure.
So what did you guys think of the movie overall?
Beautiful.
10 out of 10.
Visually and hearing beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
That's the word for hearing.
Yeah.
Visually and
Audio-wise?
There's a word.
Yes.
Audically.
Audically beautiful.
I don't think that's the word, but
It's not.
we'll go with
No.
that. It's a new one. We're coining it right now.
Yep.
Phonetically.
Everything we
Yeah.
play
No,
here
that's
is
gonna bug me.
audically amazing.
Yeah, wait, we'll just move forward.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
This is
Yeah,
gonna
But
we
we'll
just-
figure it out.
I'm sorry.
Let you know later.
We'll mention it later.
But I 100% agree with Bayside. It was so good. And I mean, like, I hadn't seen the original Beauty and the Beast in a very long time. And so there were, like, certain things that I totally forgot happened. But, like, any choir kid knows all the, or, like, really any kid knows all the Beauty and the Beast songs. So, like, that was
Mm.
cool. Because I remember all the Disney songs, and it's fun to watch the movie again, but older, and I don't think they changed enough for it to, like, it was still pretty true to the
They
original.
worked very hard to keep it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, that's what they got the most criticism for, which is surprising. The fact that they didn't change it at all, and the fact that Disney's kind of just
Can't change it.
churning out these live action movies that are exactly the same to
I
what they originally
can't
were.
I
please
have
anybody.
no complaints.
But I mean, that's what's beautiful about it,
Yeah.
because what we remember of Disney princesses and Disney movies is not going to be the same as what
Mhm.
the younger generation remembers. As they're going to remember Emma Watson as Belle, and they're going
That's
to
true.
remember other people as like Cinderella and all those live action movies.
And you
I never
don't
saw
need like
Cinderella.
people with 20 like years difference arguing over the story, the same story, you know?
Exactly.
And
yeah.
it's like, it's a reimagining of it. It's not like, obviously it's referred to as a remake, but it's like, just because it's a remake doesn't mean that they have to remake everything, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's a remake on its own, on like the straight fact of it not being animated anymore. And like seeing how they do that and use CGI and like what they end up doing, it becomes so much more
Mhm.
creative in my mind, because it's like, wow, you turned A into B, and it still stays true to the original story and songs and everything, but it's unique on its own because it's a different medium
Mhm.
completely, you know?
And it's so beloved. If they did change anything, there'd probably be even more of an uproar.
They'd get more criticism. It's like the lesser of two evils with public
Yep.
opinion, but what was I going to say?
Mm.
With the movie characters wise, we don't want to ruin any of the people who voice it, but it is very cool either to figure it out at the end when you're like, oh wow, I knew I recognized that, which happened to me with Frozen, because I remember seeing it and being like, that voice sounded so familiar, and it's like Idina Menzel, and I'm like, what? And then it was like Kristen Bell. I'm like, Kristen Bell can sing? Like, this is insane. But it was the same thing with this. I mean, I, of course, like, because I just do that, I look up that stuff before I go see it. And there was also, like, ads and stuff where you could see, like, the real people versions of all of the characters, and you'd be able to, like, see them as the actual actors. But, like, it is equally, I know, like, Boston, you saw and didn't know, and then at the end you were like, I knew that was her. So I think they did a really good job. And the voices were really great. Gaston, like Luke Evans, his voice was phenomenal.
Amazing.
I was impressed.
Yeah, because he was actually, we were like, what? After we saw it, like my family and I were like, what was he from? He was in The Girl on the Train,
Yep.
Yeah.
which I just could not connect in my head, because like he just has a lot of hair in Beauty and the
Mhm,
Beast, because it's
mhm.
Gaston and everything, but he did a really good job. Him
Yeah.
and
Good.
Josh Gad together were great.
They have a beautiful bromance.
Yes.
It's one for the history books. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fantastic. All
Yeah.
right.
Well,
and
who would? Oh,
go for it.
I was gonna just say like favorite character, like like
Ooh,
in this version, by the way they were portrayed,
actor
if
or
you had to-
character?
character.
Character.
I mean, like kind of going both, but
Yeah.
like for not the spoiler effect, like say the character. I guess was my thought process. I'm gonna say LeFou because everyone like Emma Watson's the obvious
yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
So like if you put
That's,
her
like,
to the
default.
side,
That's like Shape of You for Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran's album, yeah.
so I'm gonna go Emma Watson. Nope, that was the whole point I
LeFou.
just made. LeFou.
I love LeFou for sure. Because I loved the changes that they did make, like the very like subtle changes they made with his character, and there was more like humorous
Mm-hmm.
aspects to it, which I loved.
Isn't that creepy?
Yeah. But I also love Mrs. Potts. So that was my Mrs. Potts and
Yes.
Chip together are like my favorite thing.
Mhm.
So
This one's hard for me. I mean, because I love them all. but not that anyone could choose a specific character not to like, but I'd have to say it's a tie between Chip and Gaston, which
Aw.
they're in
The
totally different
opposites.
universes.
Oh my god.
But they
They're
were both done
not-
so well. I was blown away. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it was incredible.
All right.
Yeah, no. I
So we're
totally
going to go
agree.
back into
You
some
know what's also
music.
incredible?
Music.
Wow.
Wow, look at that. So we're going to go into some music, and we'll be back with our songs of the week.